The Korean version of Terastal Festival is here, which showcases many special arts of these stellar evolutions, as well as many Terra and Paradox Pokemon that we've seen throughout 2024. The card list will be similar to the Japanese version, with the numbering of the trainer cards sometimes differing as we've seen in previous high-class sets, like Shiny Star V. Just like the Japanese version, you will also see Pokeball Reverse Holos, around 3 per booster box of Korean Terastal Festival EX, and a small chance of pulling a Master Ball Reverse Holo, all textured of course. However, remember that Korean Pokemon cards are printed on a unique cardstock that is very different from the Japanese and English printed cards. So I have 2 lovely booster boxes of Terastal Festival in Korean, which is Terastal Festa, not Terastal Fest like in Japanese. So one little difference there. It's interesting too because in the past, a lot of the high-class sets in Korean would have a lot of holo foil on the box. This time too, we also have the Pokemon card game text on the shrink wrap. Note that this hasn't always been the case. You'd have your times where you'd have shrink wrap without that text. That definitely happened in Sword and Shield era. In early Scarlet and Violet era, we just had the tab and a piece of tape, not even any shrink wrap. So Pokemon Korea do a great job of confusing us and changing up their packaging. So just please keep that in mind. I have gotten a lot of questions about whether their people's boxes are legit because their packaging doesn't look the same as mine. It always changes, just please keep that in mind. So we have 10 packs, 10 cards per pack, just like the Japanese version. Different cardstock though. Pokemon Korea do have their own cardstock. It's gonna feel very different from English. It's gonna feel very different from Japanese. One big difference already, there's not gonna be a card trick, I believe. It's like their usual packs as well, but their usual packs will have 5 cards per pack. High class packs will have 10 to 11 sometimes. I believe in the past, sometimes there'd be 11 with like Tag Team GX All-Stars because of that extra energy. We have a Grandan Holo. Of course, because this is a high-class set, you're guaranteed some sort of EX or Stellar cards. So we have Hydrapple. That's a very nice start. No secret rare there yet. We have a lot of SARs in the set. Little pamphlet here kind of displays some of the cards. So yeah, some of the highlights have that Eevee. 2 Eevees in the set, just like Terastal Festival before. But yeah, Pokemon Korea is going absolutely crazy for this high-class set right now. Just also so you guys know too, if you're wondering why some people got it early in Korea, the people of South Korea are able to get this early if they go to official Pokemon card shops. But to the rest of the world, we're only allowed to get this on the official global release date, which was January 22nd, 2025. So please keep that in mind. We have Iron Crown. Very nice. So it's interesting because I feel like the Sparkle Holo likes to change a bit too. Now we've gone back to the very subtle Sparkle Holos. If you guys remember, I'd oftentimes be a bit shocked by how like starry or holographic it is. So it's interesting. It's also very off-center. I wonder if they change it around this time, because that's something I've noticed too within the Scarlet and Violet era. Pokemon Korea are being a little bit more experimental. Okay, but it's nice too that there isn't any card trick. What am I after in this set? If I can pull Roaring Moon in a 3rd language, I would love to see that. Of course, any of the evolutions. Stellar type, of course, because it's Terastal Festival. We have, Dragapult. We have Terra Dragapult, so not Stellar. The crown is only going to be a single type. Oh, wow, interesting. We have Char Cadet. Yes, we also have the return of the reverse holos. Pretty much every language is going to have this, even English. Also, with that being said too, it's interesting. There's also God packs in Korean. And it's funny too because even English or Prismatic evolutions will have God packs too. So from what I've seen, you'll definitely get 3 Pokeball Holos. If not, one of them will be a Master Ball. Master Balls obviously are not guaranteed. Let's actually go with scissors this time around. I'd like to change it up too because sometimes the packs are a bit loud on the ears from what I've heard. All right, so nothing there. No advertisements in these packs, it looks like. You know, sometimes they pop up early on, but we just got a little pamphlet. I'm guessing that's the advertisement. Again, with the high-class sets, they like to do that. From my experience, I've mainly seen advertisement cards in the regular sets. So if you don't see them, do not panic. We have the Raging Bolt, so one of the Paradox Pokemon. Again, I need to compare this with like Wild Force. Of course, the artwork will be different, but the holofoil is really getting me interested. Okay, yeah, it looks a bit different from the previous times. I feel like even with South Korea, they're just trying to slowly improve but change things up to make it, of course, you know, more available and what's it called, just convenient for everyone to get. So, but one thing I always have to remind everyone, try not to compare Korean card quality with English card quality or even Japanese card quality. Again, it's its own unique thing. I'd say in comparison, it does feel a bit thicker compared to Japanese. Japanese will feel thinner and a bit smoother. There's a bit of like resistance on the Korean Pokemon cards. Back in Sun and Moon, they almost used to feel a bit sticky. It's not really the case anymore. They definitely changed that up since Sword and Shield era. And we have here Walking Wake, one of my favorite Paradox Pokemon. I'm also not used to seeing cards this off-center. I feel like they use a different maybe facility this time. I did hear in South Korea they had to shut down one of their facilities just for Terastal Festival EX. Hence why a lot of the other products actually got affected. If you haven't noticed, some of the market prices for other Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield sets in Korean have actually gone up. Most likely, I'm not saying this is true, but it may have to do with the production of Terastal Festival. Like I've said in a previous video, Gen 1 is very, very popular within South Korea. So anything to do with Generation 1 Kanto Pokemon evolutions is going to be super popular, even such as Charizard and Pikachu. So just keep that in mind. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm opening more than one booster box because we got an SAR. This is one of the Paradox Pokemon, Sandy Shock. I do like the artwork though, by Tetsuo Kayama. It's very nice though. Yeah, so there you go, Paradox Pokemon. But yes, I only explain that because I know a lot of people tend to be a little bit scared of Korean cards being fake. Just please keep in mind, they don't really come up very often. Yes, fakes can exist of any, Pokemon card language, but it's not really healthy to really associate just because it's an Asian language card. It doesn't always mean it's fake necessarily. If anything, a lot of the times when I see fake Pokemon cards, they tend to be in English or sometimes even Spanish. I wish there was a bit more, easier way to get something like Spanish Pokemon cards. I'd love to open them. Cards in Espanol, the last time I did that was Champion's Path. But yeah, so again, also another thing to keep in mind, like I said also in the intro, some of the numbering is going to be a bit different. For example, on the trainer cards, I've definitely seen it on Colress. The numbering is going to be different on the Korean version versus the Japanese version. It's not because it's fake, it's not because it's an error, just Pokemon Korea like to change up their numbering for whatever reason. I can't give you the exact reason why, but I hope that does help. Oh, this is a cool pack actually. We have a Lipia. That's the Korean name of Leafeon. So we have the RR Double Rare EX, Stellar EX. And we have the Pokeball Holo, not Master Ball Holo, but yeah, the texturing definitely isn't as glossy as the Japanese version. But hey, at least you can still distinguish it. I do like that. I haven't seen the English version yet on Prismatic Evolutions. Maybe one day I'll do a comparison. But this is cool to see. So if this is your first time seeing Korean Terastal Festival, there's something to appreciate. And yes, the texturing does feel a bit thicker. That's usually the case when it comes to Korean Pokemon cards in comparison to Japanese. And stay tuned as well. I'm going to do a comparison between the Japanese and the Korean Terastal Festival EX. That'll be a fun one. So more to open, right? If I don't pull my chase in this video, it's okay. I'm after Espeon, by the way, especially besides Roaring Moon. And yes, again, just to mention, God packs do happen in Korean booster boxes. I actually just pulled one off camera from Shiny Treasure EX. I know it's not everyone's favorite set, but I thought it was cool. I like the baby shinies that I pull. It's not always about money, guys. It's sometimes, you just want to pull your favorite Pokemon just to collect. Especially Korean. It's not easy to get certain singles. It's not as accessible as Japanese or English. To me, when you pull your chase in Korean, it's a blessing. And holy crap, we actually got a Master Ball. This isn't guaranteed, by the way, as I mentioned before, but that is very nice. So this will be our third of the reverse holo Pokeball series kind of, pulls. But in this case, it's a Master Ball, so that's cool. The Dunsparce, and I'm delaying the name a little bit, so that's the evolution of Dunsparce. But yes, guys, as I always say with these different languages of Pokemon cards, try not to open it for value. Open it because you can't get Japanese or you can't get English, or you just want to simply explore other Pokemon cards. When I first got into Korean Pokemon cards, I thought it was really fun to compare the texturing between the Japanese and Korean especially, and then English is just out there as well. Like all three different cardstock just look so cool next to each other. Korean Simplified Chinese right now won't really have too much value. I can't predict where it's going to be later on. There's definitely going to be some factor of scarcity when it comes to Korean and perhaps traditional Chinese. Also, we have a Sylveon. This is Nympia in Korean. So very nice. Very different from the artwork of the Stellar Sylveon deck. And we have our guaranteed A spec as well. So very nice. But yes, guys, you know, I get a lot of questions asking, you know, what's the market value of this? What's the market value of that? I don't like answering those questions because I just simply don't collect Korean Pokemon cards for that reason. I like to open packs. It's something I've been doing as you know, since a kid. I love Pokemon. I play all the games. You know, these are the main games, sometimes some spin-off games, but you know, this is my way of enjoying and sharing the hobby with you guys, you know, especially since Korean Pokemon cards, Chinese Pokemon cards, you know, a lot of the Asian language Pokemon cards aren't always familiar to those in the West. I like to share, you know, their differences and similarities with what we do know, the English and Japanese Pokemon cards. But yeah, with that being said, there is no specific market that is accurate. You know, wherever you look, whether in the West or in South Korea, the market's always going to be very different. You can't really say what's exactly right. It's just also a matter sometimes of just finding that card at the right time for a price that you like. With that being said, that box is done. Not my favorite set of pulls. At least we got a Leafeon Pokeball reverse holo, so that's pretty cool. But we're on to our second box. So if you guys are enjoying this so far, want to stick around, let's keep going with another box. We also have Ogerpon in this and Terapagos. Let's not forget the awesome Scarlet and Violet Pokemon that are in this set too. So I'm glad they put a really awesome artwork of Roaring Moon. And randomly also Dragapult, interestingly enough, even though that's a Galar Pokemon, it has a very nice Terra artwork. I have to mention though, I love the future Paradox Pokemon like Iron Hands and Iron Valiant. There's another pamphlet. So consider that your advertisement. You should hopefully get that in your pack. I mean, in your box. No codes this time. In Supercharged Breaker, Pokemon decided to give us free legendary Pokemon for the Scarlet and Violet games, but this time around it's just a pamphlet. We have Ibui, that's the Korean name of Eevee, very popular in South Korea. We have Siyu. Yeah, Siyu. This is the Korean name of Carmine, very interesting. Reminds me of the Japanese and Indonesian name Seiyu. And we have Umbreon. Not the Pokeball Reverse Holo. Yes, there is also going to be a Master Ball Reverse Holo. We have Vaporeon, that's Shamedu. And we have Relicanth and Raging Bolt. So yeah, I'll try to say all the evolution names in Korean whenever they do pop up and if I'm not engrossed in discussion. But yes, I just wanted to get that off my chest, guys. Like, again, Korean, Simplified Chinese, Traditional Chinese, collect them because you want to, because, you know, it's not worth worrying about the value when the cards themselves are either hard to find or the value is just not where you want it to be, because it could change. Some Korean boxes also too may go up in value, but again, that's also unpredictable depending on the scarcity or availability at the time. It's not something you can really rely on, is what I'm saying. Just enjoy it, just because you want to open packs. You know, open packs with family, friends, for the holidays, birthday. That's what it's here for. Walking Wake once again. I won't complain having to. But yeah, it feels definitely a bit different this time around versus like even Supercharged Breaker, but that's okay. The pull rates look good to me. Everything else looks good. This texture, you know, it also just came out. I doubt anyone can make fakes when it just came out, literally. Happy release day of Terastal Festival, guys. You know, there's still more languages to come about too. We still have Thai and Indonesian. I'll try to do more comparisons where I can. Now let's see what else we can get in this box. I'm trying to pull more evolutions. I need to pull my baby Espeon. We have Ibui again, Stellar Ibui or Eevee. Oh, and Duraludon, very nice. I do like how the Master Ball Reverse Holos look on Steel type Pokemon. It kind of emphasizes the metallic look in a way. Would be more glossy though in Japanese. Let's also go ahead and sleeve up the mascot, the star of this set. And we have a few more packs to go. I do hope you guys also enjoy the comparisons and find them helpful. I will not stop them, so do not worry. But at least for this video, I wanted to focus just on the Korean version so you guys can see it for itself without getting confused between the different languages. You know, back in the day in Sword and Shield era, it was very easy to distinguish Korean from Japanese with the borders. They used to have yellow borders, but now they've moved on to silver borders in the Scarlet and Violet era. And also too, sorry for all the honking, guys, I am based in New York City. That is gonna happen. It is inevitable. Sometimes I play the joke, or even sometimes if we're in a thunderstorm. But in this case, I don't really have anything for you guys today, so just please don't mind the noise. There's certain things I cannot escape. But what I am looking forward to is getting some more good stuff. One thing that I have noticed, one little complaint about this set, is that the fact there is no art rares. Yes, because there's so many Master Balls or sorry, Pokeballs and then some Master Balls as well that they've replaced it with. You know, Pokemon Korea probably can print only so much. Ooh, okay, we got an SR. Is that who I think it is? That is Amaris. That is one of the Blueberry Academy Elite Four. I actually haven't pulled this yet, so I'm quite happy to do though. I'm trying to complete a master set, but in like different languages. So there we go. Happy to pull Amaris. Haven't gotten her yet. I still need some of the Team Star members without their getup. I think the only exception is Atticus. There's 2 full arts of him in this set because they didn't include his special costume, or him in his special costume in a previous set. So they have both Atticuses in this set. But it's also cool. I like the SARs of the Blueberry Academy Elite Four characters in that little comic book style, or manga style, however you want to call it. The Terastal Festival set definitely went a little above and beyond the norm when it comes to artwork. And that's what I like to see from Pokemon. We have Shamudu again, and we have, oh my god, imagine that was the Umbreon. It's not, it's Morpeko. That's pretty cool. Hangry State. I like the blue background. It does pop a bit nicely on the texturing. And then we have Shamudu. So let's go ahead and sleeve that up. What am I doing? Let's also sleeve up that Morpeko. Anytime I get a textured Pokeball, I have to sleeve up too, because I'm trying, this is going to be included in the master set. I can't do master balls though, I think that's going to be too stressful, but definitely the Pokeball reverse hollows I think is good to at least complete. And then just slip in some of the master balls whenever they do pop up. Alright, but yeah, comment below guys, what master ball reverse hollows are you after? Sometimes I feel like that's more sought after than some of the evolution SARs. You know, the God packs make it a bit easier if you can come across one. Again, surprise are even out in English, so that will definitely affect availability and value and everything, but hey, if I can pull one day. Alright, well, these 2 boxes, at least this box actually had double SR, or sorry, double secret rare pull. This is an SAR, super art rare. We have Teal Mask Ogerpon. You know what? I also won't complain because I haven't pulled this one yet, so that's going to go straight into the master set. So hit the like button. If you're an Ogerpon fan, comment below. I do like Ogerpon, and this is one of my favorite masks, so that's cool. I'd rather pull this than Cornerstone or Hearthflame. So there we go. Nice art style too, something a bit different. But overall, I hope this showcases Korean Terastal Festival in somewhat of a cool way. And we have pulled some evolutions. I believe maybe just one more Pokeball reverse hollow. And that's the thing too, these boxes are very hit or miss. But if you want your own booster box as well, be sure to check out my web store, KrystalKollectz.com. I do have these available if you want to have your own shot at getting some of the evolutions in Korean. And hopefully some of the names that I've taught you guys in this video will help. So when you pull it, you can shout out their names in Korean. It's really fun. When it comes to reading Hangul, once you get the hang of it, it's very easy. Very straightforward. Much easier than like Chinese. Even, I think, easier than Japanese, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so no card trick, very convenient. We have Wiglet, and yes, a lot of the cards will be reprinted from previous sets, at least the commons and uncommons, but we'll have a lot of new cards with the stellar cards and the SARs. We have Shamudu again. We have more Pico. Wow, a lot of Vaporeons in this box. So yeah, if you get repeats, do not panic, that does happen. I have another textured reverse hollow, very nice, some sort of memory. Is it a psychic memory, perhaps? I do like that. It's like the Pokeball kind of goes with the CD. Alright, so there's our 3 Pokeballs, no Master Ball in this one, but that's good. We had 1 in the other one. Last pack magic, guys. I hope you had a good time with Terastal Festival, but do not go anywhere yet. I will release another one soon, a comparison next time, so you can see side by side Japanese and Korean. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Alright, we have Milotic. We have Adventurer. Oh, Zoroark. Very nice. We have a Stellar. Yes! Okay, we got something that I really wanted. Ebui. This is Espeon in Korean. And then we have an Ace Spec. Yes, we should expect that as well from Booster Box. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this educational. You learned something new about Korean Pokemon cards. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my web store if you want to purchase your own booster box of Korean Terastal Festival. And I'll see you in the next video.